Tan United, Kev United, Carrick's biggest test yet. Welcome back. Welcome back. I've had a few days off because I've been busy at bloody work. And if I start moaning about work, I will bore you all to tears. So we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Manchester United. It's been a bit of a busy week for other teams. For us, we've just literally been subjected to Sir Jim, Rashford news, Barca trying to penny pinch, which we'll talk about in a bit. But how you been, Kev? You been all right?
Yes, fine. Same as you. Busy at work for some reason. Every smoker in the world wants to stop smoking this week for some reason.
What a bunch of bastards trying to better them.
Buggers making me work, making me earn my money.
It's a weird one. It's a weird one. And happy Friday, everybody. And I'll try and get a bit happier throughout the show. But look, it's been a weird week for Manchester United because with us not having much football now, yes, there have been transfer links, and we'll talk about that in a bit. We know Marcus Rashford and the Barca situation is heating up, and not heating up in a good way. Barcelona trying to do their best, do what they always do, which is try and underpay the bastards. Yeah. But there's also been controversy about it in the Champions League, which we'll get onto in a bit because I want to obviously have my say. I'm sure Kev will want to have his say about that. But ultimately, look, the question I'm going to ask you, and I'll come to you, Kev, with this straight away, is we're off the back of a 1-1 draw away at West Ham. Now, a lot of people see that as 2 points lost. I see that as a point gained considering how bad we were. Everton on Monday night, we know what happened last time we played Everton. It wasn't the greatest. Is Carrick under more pressure here now? Off the back of the comments from Sir Jim, I don't think, and we've got the comments which we'll go through in a minute, I don't think he was able to really express what his true thoughts were. I don't think anybody's been able to, involved in that club, express their true thoughts, mainly due to the fact he pays the fucking wages. But I look at it like this. Is this game against Everton bigger than any game he's had so far for us?
Yeah, but it's for good reasons, isn't it? It's for the good reason that we've not lost yet, so everybody's waiting for us to lose now, so that they can pile on. So they're waiting for us to lose. I don't think we will. I don't think we'll lose against Everton, but I think definitely now the pressure will just ramp up every time we have a decent game or don't lose. The pressure is going to get more intense every single game that comes along. I don't know what the other fixtures are after that. I'm sure we'll have a look at them at some point as well. I don't know what comes after Everton, but yeah, definitely pressure on. Because not that he was involved in that horrific debacle the last time we played them at home against 10 men, the game what turned me,
the game that broke you, Kev.
The game that broke me with Amarim. Yeah, that's the game that broke me. We can't possibly do as bad as that, and we wouldn't have if Michael Carrick was in charge, or either of us was in charge at that point. So yeah, pressure's going to ramp up every single time. It's almost like it's worth getting a loss in there so that we can, everyone can get it out of the system, and then we can just crack on. But I don't think we'll lose. A draw at the very least, I think we'll get at Everton. I don't think they're in particularly good form, are they?
Their home form's one of the worst in the Prem. I think they're like 14th in the Prem for home form. Manchester United, we talk about it. They're undefeated since Christmas. So, we're in great form. And it's quite funny because I kind of feel like United have been allowed to carry on with this run and it not really be spoke about because, let's be honest, everyone's laughing at Arsenal at the moment, which is just, Arsenal doing Arsenal things, isn't it? We're not an Arsenal fan channel, but I was watching the game. And the second Martinelli did that to the Wolves fan, I went, "You're gonna concede. You're gonna concede." It's funny, but look, just to touch on your point there about essentially about this, Manchester United. I think, some people are waiting for us to lose. People hate United doing well, which is that comes with the trophy of being a United fan, being associated with a club. I actually think. I've said it before, it's 12 cup finals. This is another cup final. And I actually fully expect Manchester United to go and beat Everton at their stadium. Now,
I would expect it.
And the question, there's loads of question marks from the previous performance. But the big one for me is, we'll go, as I say, he's got plenty he's said in the press. But I just wonder if this is the first time he starts Sesko. I wonder if Sesko coming on, he's got 4 goals in 5 games, He's got 4 in 5. He's in form. Is this the game that we see him adapt his the way he sets the team a little bit and starts with Sesko up top? The last time it was Xerxes against Everton, and we know how that ended. We know Tarkovsky with the beautiful hair was just in the back of him, just riling him. I don't think Sesko gets involved in that. So I'm wondering, and we can go through the team selection in a bit. I'm just wondering if we adapt a little bit. I think Sesko against West Ham changed the way that we set up. I think it was more about getting that ball forward, getting the ball in the box, as opposed to just bringing that ball down and playing people through, hoping we can have them on the counter. I think Carrick's going to adapt here, Kev. I really do. I can't see why.
Yeah, I'd like to see it, actually. I hadn't even really thought about that. I keep forgetting that Sesko's actually not playing because he keeps scoring when he comes on. So you forget he's not in the team as such. But yeah. So who have we got? So it's Tarkovsky,
and Michael Keane.
And Michael Keane.
Yeah,
I think he could do a job on them too. Bless you. I think he could do a job on them too. And I think he probably deserves a start.
I think he deserves a start.
And I think by the end of the West Ham game, we were thinking he probably should have just switched the team a little bit around. I know they're not playing very often, so that almost gives the excuse as well. They shouldn't be that tired, but I'm sure it's still intense playing in the Premier League. Not that I've ever played in the Premier League, but I'm sure it's still intense and players get tired and they need a mental rest as well as a physical rest. So I think it's definitely worth a change around. And I would like to see Sesko start actually Big Ben Ding Dong.
Ding dong indeed. Well, look, let me go through the comments and then we'll go through what Carrick said today. Chappie, good to see you, mate. And Dan, hope you're well. He says, had a busy day at Diddley Squat Farm. Lovely. Lovely. Hi, Steve. Good to see you, mate. And Subra's in the chat. Hope you're well. Says hello to Dan and Kevin, the OGs. Steve-O says, it's not the big teams that worry me that are opening play. It's the smaller defensive teams and how we break them down. Hope we're learning. And we need to use more of the wings, look for Sesko and put a good cross in. He's 6'5", for heaven's sake. It's nothing to do with heaven. Nothing to do with heaven. Look, Moyes is a wily old fox. Moyes has been around the block and Moyes will have his own game plan. Now, it has been hampered with injuries and we know that, but I think Grealish not being there this time is going to be a massive plus for Manchester United. I thought Grealish was exceptional. He was exceptional against us. It's a good chance for us, Kev, to look at Ndiaye as well, the lad that we're linked with that plays on the wing for him. But I wanted to get into the press conference, and good evening, Carr. Hope you're well, mate. I wanted to get in the press conference. I mean, obviously, he was going to be asked about the Ratcliffe remarks, and I don't want to talk too much about that bozo, but he deferred directly to existing statements. He said, Sir Jim has made a statement and the club have made a statement on the back of it. For me to add that to that is not my place. I think enough has been said in that regard. He emphasised the club's global responsibility and values, and he said, what I can say is I've been around this club for many years. We always make a huge impact globally and in whatever way, and we're really responsible for that. Equality and diversity and respect for each other is something we look to carry out through every day. I'm proud of what this club stands for and has done for so long. I'm really aware of it. Now, look, he was never, ever going to come out, was he, and say, what an absolute tit. You know, how dare he say that? And I said this on a short that I posted before. I don't know, Kev. I think he's probably a bit scared to say it. I mean, I don't give the guy much praise, but I'd have loved to hammer him in charge after that. I'd have loved to hammer him in charge after that.
Yeah, he would have said it. Well, maybe he wouldn't have. Maybe it would have been maybe he'd have been told to zip it. But Carrick's never going to say anything about that. He's Mr. Calm, to call him Mr. Collected. So he was never going to say anything about it, was he?
I do like the fact that he spoke about what this club stands for, and I think in a roundabout way he was saying, look, what's said has been said, but this club stands for so much more than idiotic people in the background, and I think it was. I think people are wanting him to, sort of give a bit away here. He was asked about his own future, and he pretty much just said, "Look, I'm enjoying it. It's a pleasure to be at this club. I want to be involved in this football team. It's been so good to me. I want to do as best I can." And I think that's all he can say at the moment. I mean, it's gone very quiet on the manager front at the moment as to who we're linked with. Oliver Glasner's obviously on the cusp of being sacked at Crystal Palace. We can't go there, Kev. We can't do that. We can't go anywhere near him.
No, definitely not. No, he's just going to put us back to a system we don't want to play. And isn't the new Spurs manager's going to play this system as well? Or he's a three at the back man as well. So I'm interested to see how that's going to fail for him.
I hope Spurs get relegated. I can't lie.
Have they played since he's come into his? They've not played.
No, his first game's Arsenal. Mind you saying, I think anyone would play Arsenal at the moment. I think anyone would. Subra says, I agree with Steve. We are being like Robin Hood, looting points from big teams comfortably and feeding the bottom half teams comfortably. Well, let's change that up this week. Carl says, I don't think he's scared. I genuinely don't think it's an issue he needs to worry about. His job is to train and manage the team and get results. I get that, Carl. I get that, but I think it's. I've said this so many times. Like for me, I'm amazed that Sir Jim's allowed to be near this club still. I don't want to go over old ground with this, but at the same time, I just wanted to see if there was a bit of a nibble from Carrick, I wanted to see if there was a roll in the eyes sort of scenario. A sort of I've heard it sort of thing. I don't think he's scared for his job in that sense. I don't think he's terrified if he says the wrong thing, he won't get hired. At the end of the day, if Carrick does what Carrick's doing at the moment, which is unbeaten, which is decent results against decent teams, I think he's making it increasingly harder for the board to even look at getting rid of him at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think we need to separate ourselves from what Sir Jim said as well, actually, because I think that's what Man United tried to do themselves, isn't it? They tried to separate a little bit away from it. So they had to say something because he's obviously connected to the club, but there's also a degree of separating. Well, yeah, what he said's nothing to do with how the team play on the pitch, so I don't think Michael Carrick's going to get involved. I've not seen the press conference, so I was just trying to get a bit of a rundown here from my friend Alf Ingelston. So I've just got a bit of a rundown here.
Well, Carl said the FA haven't even decided to charge Sir Jim. They never were going to, were they? He's not brought the game into disrepute. He's just a horrible old man whose unfortunate views are far behind the time. But he did have this to say, Carrick, about injuries. So we know that the game has come too soon for De Ligt. I'm starting to forget De Ligt's ever played for us, Kev.
I know, what's happened to him?
This is ridiculous. The guy started the season in great form. He was the defender that I looked at and I thought, if we played a back four with him and Martinez, we'd be on fire. Then we've obviously
he's not going to find form again this season.
No chance. He's done. I think his season's done as well. I think if he's coming back in March, same sort of time. I tell you what, I'll make you a bet now. I bet you Dorgu comes back before De Ligt. I bet you we see Dorgu before De Ligt. I honestly, I don't know what the hell's happened with this injury, and I hope it's not one that we start looking at over the next coming months where it makes it harder and harder. I know they've said that they don't want to push him into training in case anything happens, in case anything triggers it. But I mean, they always say, don't you, with your back, when your back goes.
Yeah, back injuries. Yeah, back injuries are difficult. So there's a potential for that to just constantly bug him now and him be in and out. And if that's the case, we need him to be gone, and we need somebody else in, because we need reliability. We can't just keep not having it, especially as good as he's been. If we're going to not have him playing well, regular, and at a peak performance because he keeps getting a niggle in his back every 3 or 4 weeks, and he's going to be out for 2 weeks, then we might as well just carry on and have a look at somebody else, get another defender in as well. Because you were talking about Harry Maguire and new contract and all the rest of it, so.
Did you see? I don't know if I saved it. Did I save it? I don't think I did. No, I didn't save it. I'll show you that later. Now, the other injury news, of course, is Mason Mount. We know that Mason Mount is getting closer to a return and progressing well. Just being patient and not rushing him. It's doubtful he'll be back for Everton, but will be back in the squad soon. He's another one like Mason Mount. Like since Amarim's gone, the guy's been injured. The guy's been injured ever since. It's just. We're so lucky we're not in Europe here this season, Kev. We're so lucky at the moment. I hate saying that.
But if we were, they might have spent some money in the transfer window if we were, because there would have been an even bigger need for us to do that at that point as well. So maybe they would have if there was more pressure on doing better in more than one competition. One competition. I can't believe it.
Mate, we're going to play. I mean, City have played more games now than we will play the entire season.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable.
I don't think I've ever seen Man United only playing one competition the whole 45 years I've been a fan. 44 years. I don't
think I've ever been in this situation in my life where I've seen us literally playing the one game a week. It's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible feeling. Do you know something? I feel sorry for the people that watch our shows because, it's hard to come on here and go. I mean, that's why I took the break this week, because I thought, you know what? I'm not going to come on here and say to everyone, Manchester United play on Monday. Who's gonna? There's no point. I'm not gonna disrespect the people that are watching this. No chance. And you see the other aggregates coming out saying, "Oh, we're going to sign this player. We're going to sign this player." No. Let's not insult the intelligence of the people that watch this show. With that, now on the transfer news, we will dip into it a second. And this is something that I hold so close to my heart, Kev. Right. I hold this so close to my heart, and I don't think I've ever admitted this to anybody. It's hard for me to talk about this online. I'll be honest with you. This week's made me realize something. It has. It's made me realize just how much I fucking hate Barcelona. Barcelona, man.
In the arse, aren't they, man?
Barcelona, right? Barcelona are that club that would get 20 quid off their nan and go back and say, "Oh, can you give me 30? Can you give me 35?" How are these? Oh God!
I don't know.
How in this day and age can Barcelona still plead poverty? Oh, we don't.
I don't know.
We don't want to pay the money for Rashford because we're not sure if we can afford it. We know you said 26 million, but is there any chance we could just take a bit off there? Fuck off.
Pure chances there.
I'd bring it back, mate. I'd really go. I'd do whatever, even if it meant paying him like 3 or 4 million to get out of the clause. And I'd say, "Nah, you're all right. We'll sell him somewhere else." I mean, Rashford has, to be fair, sold a lot of sold a lot of stuff and cashed out a lot of money in England in preparation for his move to Spain. So, I mean, for his sake, I hope it goes through. I think United are looking at this Rashford loan deal. If Barcelona do go through and pay the 26 million, I think they're all sitting there going, if we'd have just done this as a normal loan, we could have probably sold him for double that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
But do you know something? I'd love to sit here and say they've done us over here with this loan, but I just want him off the books now, Kev. I saw there was reports that Carrick wants him back. I don't want him back.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, he's long gone. He's long gone. No, he's like part of the history. It's history now for United. Same as all the other bomb squad players of they're all out the door as well. Jadon Sancho and all the rest of it. And yeah, they're gone. They're well gone. Happy with them. Well gone.
And also, when you look at it, Rashford going, Sancho going, Casemiro going, that frees up nearly £1 million a week in wages.
Yeah. There's more. Is there not more? Is there not more as well?
No, well, yeah, Malacia.
Garnacho's Garnacho's gone as well. We got rid of him as well. That's what I'm
Malacia will go. Ugarte will go. I saw somewhere the other day that United have brought their wage. Hoyland going as well. Mustafa, good to see you, mate. I'll bring that up in a second. Hoyland's had his say, hasn't he? I fuck it. Guys, this is a show tonight where we're going to go off topic a lot. Where if you're coming looking for a well-structured show, we're going all over the place tonight because before I come live, I saw this comment from Hoyland, and it just made me fucking laugh. He said, "Where is it? Here we go. Since he's left Manchester United, he is now a different player. He's a different player. The 23-year-old has made 32 appearances in all competitions, scoring 12 goals and 4 assists. His latest goals came in a brace in the 3-2 away win with Genoa earlier this month." Do you know something, Rasmus? I get you, United fan. I get you hurting because you didn't want to go, and I understand that. But you keep scoring, buddy. Keep scoring. Yeah. Score as many as you can. I'm backing you. I want you to score because the more you score, the more money we get for you. And off you can go to Italy where the game is slower, where the game is easier. And I actually think that a player like Rasmus Højlund, the size he is, I think should actually be scoring more in Italy. So don't come at us and saying, "Oh, I'm a better player." He says, "I still have a lot to learn, and I'm sure Conte is the right coach to help me grow in many ways." Compared to Rasmus in August, yep, he speaks about himself in the third person like the fucking Rock. I'm a different player. I'm still improving, and even though I'm not very young, I'm sure I've still got a lot of room for improvement. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. Look, Kev, there were in the summer I said get rid of Xerxes, keep hold of him. Right decision if we let him go, or is there a twinkle in that eye of yours for Rasmus still?
I did like Rasmus Højlund, but it's not like he didn't have a chance. It's not like he didn't get games. The ball used to bounce 10 yards off him. And he couldn't. He used to get so tight to the defenders, he couldn't turn on them. He didn't come and get the ball short and then spin around. He wasn't making runs into the channels, and so he had his chance. He had his chance at United. Same as Anthony. He had his chance as well.
But there is a comment here that Ben, and good evening, Ben. Good to see you, mate. I've missed you, bud. I've missed you. He said Rasmus would have been scoring every week with Cunha and Brian. He had Anthony and Garnacho. I don't think he would have, though, Ben. I mean, like Kev said there, the ball used to bounce off him. He couldn't do the hold-up play that we were hoping. I mean, how old is he now? Is he 22?
He didn't used to get the flick-ons and stuff like that. Defenders used to bully him.
He's 23, and I think Sesko's the far more superior footballer compared to him.
I do as well. Again, who knows? It's the granny. If your granny had balls scenario, we don't know if he would have played better with Cunha and Brian, but we're never going to find out. We've got Seshko, and I'm much happier with Seshko. Should he have stayed instead of Xerxes going? Maybe, but he would have been a backup striker, and he wouldn't have been happy as a backup striker. So he'd have played the same amount of games that Xerxes probably played now. So he wouldn't have been happy with that anyway. He'd have been rumbling.
Yeah, I'll ask you a question. I'll put a poll in the chat. I'm feeling a bit cheeky with this one. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I've got my chat up.
Would Rasmus have scored more goals than Sesko this season for United? Yes or no? Would Rasmus have scored more goals for United this season than Sesko? Whilst you're having a think, Kev, I'll go through the comments. Carl says Italy is a totally different league compared to the Premier League. Couldn't agree more. Carl then also says, I think he would score more goals under Carrick, but would be too much of a risk at the same time. Steve-O says, happy he's gone. Talk about wrestling with players and falling over. And I prefer if my granny had wheels, she'd have been a bike, lol. I mean, straight away, people are going straight in here. So, I mean, straight away, we've got 80% of you are saying no. And Kev, I'll ask you, would he? Would he have scored more?
I'll put no.
Let's do alternative universe here, right? So, deadline day, we go, actually, Rasmus, no, you're staying. We're going to get rid of Xerxes. And we start the season with Rasmus and Sesko. What happens?
But he would have been on the bench. He'd have got the same amount of games as... Well, who was more expensive? Sesko's more expensive, isn't he? So he's going to be he would be essentially the number one striker. So, and he's barely had games. So Rasmus would have been sitting on the bench bumping his gums about not playing and getting no form. So he probably wouldn't have scored more goals. He'd have been a backup striker.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the scenes with Carrick in charge, where Sesko and Rasmus on the bench? Can you imagine the scenes? Oh my days! Oh my days! Look, I don't want to disrespect, because I liked Rasmus. Like, he's a United fan. I liked him, but I just look at some players and I go, "You're not a Premier League player."
Like, he had his chance. He had his chance. He did have his chance.
He had that one bit of run, didn't he, where he scored like 7 in... Was it 7 in 7, I think he scored, and then he got injured. And then ever since then, he just never come back and did it. He had his chance in the Europa League final where Van der Ven, Oh, Van der Ven, the best defender in the fucking world, cleared it off the line. I mean, look, the vote's a bit closer than I thought it was, actually. 67% now saying no. I just kind of feel like in football, you have your chance at these clubs. And if you don't take your chance, and if you blame it on everybody else, I think it's right that you move on and you don't come back.
When they're coming in with such expectation on their shoulders as well. Yeah, I'll get it's Man United, a big club, and there's lots of big clubs. And when young players come in for a lot of money or with big reputations to be, or they're going to be the next big thing, then maybe that does weigh heavy on them. But the good players, they shine and they take that burden and they run with it and they prove themselves to be worth the money that's paid and worth all the hype. He wasn't. I've said it already on this stream. I'll always just remember the ball just bouncing off him when we just need it to stick so that we can get up the pitch, get some break for the defense, and just get us to the halfway line for like 40 seconds so that we can get the defense out, get a bit of shake back. But it doesn't. It just bounces off him, and then teams were just all over us. And yeah, he did score some good goals. He did score some good goals for us, but. Yeah, he'd have been on the bench if we're talking about Sesko being there. Xerxes going away, Rasmus being there. Rasmus wouldn't have started. He wouldn't have been the main striker. He would have had to outshine Sesko, and I don't think he can because I think Sesko's a better player anyway.
Sesko's quicker. Sesko's better at holding the ball up. Sesko's
taller,
a better
bigger lad.
ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Look, as I say, the thing for me is this summer. I mean, we did the whole "Who would you keep" video earlier on this week, and when I look at the outgoings, it's a bit different to this season. Like this season, we struggled to get rid of the likes of Rashford because of the wages, Sancho because of the wages, Anthony because of the wages. When I look at this summer now, we know Rashford will go. Sancho's obviously going on a free. Then you look at Rasmus, who isn't on the biggest wages at Manchester United. So if he goes to Italy, I don't think there's an issue there. There's that. Obviously, they've got the opportunity to sign him on. He's had a decent season by his accounts in Italy. I think he'll have a few more suitors as well. I think Napoli will probably naturally want to get that signing teed up and done before the World Cup. So it's another transfer they don't need to worry about. You've also got the Agate story that doesn't seem to go away. Agate, I think, is finished at United. Casemiro goes. Xerxes, I can't see Wahaha here tonight, but Xerxes' time's finished. Like United, I know that there's the whole conversation about just how important the Champions League is to Manchester United for our transfer window this season. But do you know something? Actually, we can make a fair few quid ourselves. If we get Champions League with those players going out, I fully expect us to go out there and sign a minimum of 5 players this summer. And when I say a minimum of 5, I don't mean a minimum of 5 starters. I'm quite happy. I'm happy for us to go out there and spend the money on the midfield, which needs doing, maybe get a left back or a right back in, and then bring in the squad players. There are plenty of players out there that you could bring in for minimal fees. There are plenty of players out there that could come in and play sort of 15, 20 games. You've got a few of the youth lads coming up. We know that, judging by his trajectory, I know you want to talk about him in a bit, but JJ Gabriel, it looks like, I think when he's 16, will probably be in and around the squad because that boy is a talent. There's a lot of football that will be played next season. Carl makes a great comment before I come back to you, Kev. He says, Sesko gives you multiple ways you can play during the match, as in he can come short and have people run off him, or just be a target in the box if you want to put crosses in. It's a great comment, and
he's a menace. Mm-hmm.
And do you think actually get a season underneath Sesko? I think next season we see a completely different Sesko anyway.
Yeah. Everyone need, or even the best players need time to settle. Even the best players need time to settle in the Premier League. It's just again, not that we've ever played in it, but every player that comes from aboard all say the same things for all the clubs in the Premier League, or whoever they're playing for. What a league! What the speed of the league, the strength. Everything moves so quickly. You've got to be this. You've got to be. Nobody, I've never heard any player come from a different league and go, actually, the German league was a bit better, or the Italian league, or this league was a bit better.
Where have you come from? I've been playing in the MLS. It's fucking, it's hard there. No, it's not. Shut up. It is. I think that's a great comment. And also, I mean, I want to go to Ben for this because this is what I love about Ben on this show is he's always like the devil on the shoulder comments, isn't it? I reckon Rasmus was chucked in as a main man too young and too soon, with no goals really coming from elsewhere. The team now, if Sesko doesn't score, Cunha will. If he doesn't, Brian will. And I'd add to that, if he doesn't, Ahmad will. If Ahmad doesn't, Bruno will. There are more goals in and around him. I do agree with Ben, and I will always stand by this comment with Rasmus. I think if you'd have brought Rasmus in with a Welbeck, you know what I mean, with experience, if you'd have brought him in with when we had Cavani, people like that, people that have played, having that experience and being able to pass it on. When he come in, we had Tony Martial, who couldn't stay fit. You know what I mean? Tony Martial would fail a medical to get on a plane. Man. He was all, and I love Tony. I love Tony.
He was such a good player as well. He just never fit. He was just
never
that
fit. Goal against Liverpool, Martial. Oh yes!
Some of the skill he had, his quick.
Yeah.
He was a good passer as well. He used to play some good passes in, some slide rule passes. I always remember he played really well, but. Man, the boy could never stay fit at all.
No, he couldn't. He absolutely couldn't. Carl says Gabriel. Yeah, honestly, JJ Gabriel or Gabriel, whatever you want to say. He's that boy is a talent. I know that the likes of Madrid and Barca were sniffing around him. Hands off, hands off.
So Ben said it was some sort of YouTuber or something.
Who? JJ Gabriel?
Yeah. So he was told that you'll always stay as a YouTuber. You'll never make it. I think when he was 11 or something. So I've seen a quote that he was a YouTuber. You're just to be a content creator. You'll never make it in the game.
That's what I get told. That's why I don't play. That's the only reason that stops me from playing professionally. Ben says, I think we need 5, 2 central midfielders, a left back, a right back, and another attacker. Yeah, Ben, I actually completely agree with that. I think that's a really good statement. I don't think we need the centre backs. I think we've got that sold at the moment. I think we need a left back, a centre back. Sorry, a left back, a right back, a striker, and 2 central midfielders. Look, I mean, there is talks, and we'll run into it in a second. By the way, it was a 300.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've travelled far to Carrick.
Mm-hmm. But then, what else are you going to fucking do? We haven't got any games, have we? There's only so much Corrie you can watch. Now, I mean, look, the talks this week that we're ramping up the interest in Stiller from Stuttgart. That's someone that we were linked with in the summer. Got the release clause around the 40-50 mark, I believe. He's someone I think could come into Manchester United next season and be a really exciting prospect. I think when you look at players like him, he's still, 24, 25? That's the type of player that excites me, Kev, bringing into the midfield. Not someone that you're having to spend 100 million on. I know we're still stuck in this Baleba sort of story. I'll be honest with you, I don't want Baleba near the club. And then there's the Elliot Anderson story, isn't there? Now, I know that there has been comments that the Elliot Anderson signing for City might not be as easy as they suspect because they're paying so much out in wages at the moment. I mean, Donnarumma's come to 500 bags. Excuse me. So I don't know. United have trimmed their wage budget so well. Like I think I don't want to say it wrong. I think it's around 150 million a year now, but I think it is about 150 million a year now, which when you look at what it was a few years ago, it was fucking ridiculous.
Crazy.
So high. So they have done well to do that. And there is going to be more room on that wage bill when other players go. So I think United this summer, I got to be honest, it's an exciting summer for us, Kev. We're going to be busy with this, mate, because we've got the World Cup. Yeah. United are going to have so many transfer stories. I think the summer's bright for United. We just desperately need to get Champions League football. We just desperately need it. If we get Champions League football, I think the sky's the limit for the players that we can sign.
Bit more clarity on the manager, how that's going to pan out as well. I think that's still a real big question mark at the moment. There's still so many people just going, we need to get a different manager, but I'm still a bit confused about how that's going to turn out. I think I would still quite like Michael Carrick to be I'd be quite happy with Michael Carrick as the manager. I think he's got what it takes, and he's showing that not just with the performances and his press conferences, but just the general feel around everything it just feels like we've got the club back again. We've got our club back again, and it's a good team around him and everything. So if we can keep that team, we're going to be hard pushed to get a better team in and around. And so I think that is a big question mark. And I know I was sort of saying, can we not just wait until the summer because there's a World Cup coming and everything? But I think there does need to be clarity on that sooner rather than later. But that's going to be dependent on how we finish off this season. Because if he carries on doing well, he's going to have to be in the running for it. I think he's going to have to be. We'd be stupid not to. Be stupid not to keep him in the running.
Would you take? I'll tell you what, because I'm feeling that we'll end that poll. 62% said no. Would Rasmus have scored more? So that's an interesting end to that one. Right? Oh yeah, go on. Look, it's Friday night in here. Let's have some fun. I need some fun. Work has absolutely kicked me in the bollocks today, so let's have some fun. What would you rather? Okay, let's do a what would you rather.
Would you rather be eaten by a tiger or a shark? I think I'd rather be eaten by a tiger.
Right. What would you rather? Would you rather, in the summer, Southgate in charge of the club with a 500 million transfer budget, or would you rather Carrick in charge with a 150 million pound budget? Bearing in mind we know what we need to do.
That's easy. That's easy.
Is it easy?
Yeah, man. That's easy.
Is it easy?
We're not going to get 500 million for a start, are we?
Carrick in charge with 150 million or Southgate in charge with 500 million? Now, remember, there's a key component to both these managers. There's a key component here, chat.
Man.
There's a key component. With both managers, you keep Steve Holland. Steve Holland was with Southgate in England. Obviously, Holland's now with Carrick.
So boring. He's so boring.
But it's boring what we fucking need after the last 14 months we've had.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Subra says Elliot Anderson and Stiller would be perfect, simply perfect. Honestly, I'd love to see them pair together. Stiller won't leave Germany, chaps, says Steve-O. Secretly want Forest to go down. No, it's not a secret, Carl. Of course we want them to go fucking down. I love Wolfie to death. I love him. I love that man. I love him. But to see his face.
Yes.
Beep, beep, beep. And Nottingham Forest have been relegated. He would fucking hell. He would be a busy man with 46 games in the bloody in the championship next season.
So
Steve-O says De Zerbi's name has been mentioned. Yeah, De Zerbi ain't coming. They won't have De Zerbi here. I mean, De Zerbi's fucking hell. He's fall from grace at Marseille. We spoke about him, didn't we, a few weeks ago? And we said, yeah, let's go and have a look at him. But that was ended terrible. Carl says that's a dirty question. Steve Holland would rather bring Amarin back than Southgate, aka Sir Jim's secret pet. Oh God, I don't know about that. Ben says if Holland stays and Vivell is the one spending the money, Sir Gareth and 500 million all the way. Look, Steve, Kev, it's close, mate. It's 67% at the moment saying Carrick in charge. Get your votes in. Who would you rather? What would you rather? Southgate in charge with 500 million or Carrick in charge with 150 million? Look, I'm going to tell you straight away. I'd take Carrick in charge with 50p over over Southgate. I don't see Southgate as a Premier League manager, but I thought it'd be an interesting question because look, we are heavily reliant. We need transfers this summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'd still keep Michael Carrick and 150 million. I mean, we'd be the laughing stock of the world if we took Gareth Southgate as our manager. I mean,
how would they duck to the song? Because what was the song? Southgate, you're the one. You still turn me on. And United's finishing 12th again. It's a dirty question, but we've got to ask these questions, haven't we? Because look, we know that the scouting team. Not that I hold much hope for the scouting team because. You could say they've done well this summer, but let's be honest. Other than Le Mans, who I think, if the reports are correct, I think was it Tony Cotton or it was someone, the goalkeeper coach that was fighting tooth and nail for United to go out and get Lemmy over Martinez. Other than that, the coaches, you can't really say they've gone out there and unearthed any gems, can you? Because no. Brian, we knew what he was doing before. Cunha, we knew what he was doing before. Sesko's always been a talent, so. I'm intrigued as to see just how much Vivell has in control of the transfers this summer and whether or not he's already out there looking at these players. I mean, we've been linked with so many players, Kev. I mean...
No, we always are. You
can tell we're doing well again because that's what happens, isn't it? They go on. And
how much do you think Lemmy's worth now? 26 million.
Lemmy's a 50 million keeper already.
Yeah,
Lemmy's a 50 million keeper.
Money. Doubled his money. Yeah.
Yeah. Look. Lemmy is. Lemmy is, I think, one of the signings of the season
for any club. Yeah, for the Premier League.
Just for the money that's been brought in. You got to think. Hang on a minute. I tell you what. Let me just see how much this lad went for. So Trafford to City. So Trafford went back to City for 27 million plus add-ons, 31 million, yeah? And he's played how many games? 5 games?
Is that how much they paid back for him?
I mean, yeah. Some would argue, oh, well, he's young, he could get in there, but Donnarumma's like 26. Trafford's 22. I think for the price we paid for Lemmy, and yes, you look, at the end of the day, United have had horrendous goalkeeping issues for the last 2-3 seasons, but I just think he's one of the signings of the season because he's come in and he's steadied it. And you look at what he does, not just off the ball as well, but on the ball. I think he's been fantastic.
Didn't we get Peter Schmeichel for a steal as well?
500 grand, wasn't it?
Stupid price as well, and look how
500 grand, yeah. 500 grand from Brondby. He was about to give up being a footballer, back in the day. Ben says, you know what? I wouldn't mind Southgate coming in as head of the academy or whatever they call that role these days. Do you know something? Southgate's a nice guy. He's a decent bloke. But my worry with him coming into the club would be this. He comes into the club. We end up in a bad lot of form. Who gets the manager's job? Southgate's not a Premier League manager for me. Southgate took enough stick about his good looks. Give him a break. I think he's a handsome man. I think he's. Do you know when he looked the most prettiest in that Pizza Hut advert? If you know, you know. When he was wearing a brown paper bag. I'm only joking, Gareth. Yeah. Sir Gareth, should I say? I went to an insurer convention last year, Bieber it's called, and he did a talk, a speech. Bored me to tears, man. I mean, like, commercial insurance isn't exactly the most fucking. It's not exactly the most interesting thing to talk about, but he somehow made it more boring. If Donnarumma became available sooner, they would never have re-signed Trafford. Yeah, look, you don't turn down a goalkeeper like Donnarumma. But what my comment with that is, Ben, is like you look at how much was paid for both. I think Lemmy's one of the signs this season. Lemmy playing at a high pressure club with the composure he has, any team would want him. Yeah, I genuinely think this keeper, if we look after him the right way, and if we nurture him the right way, this lad could go on to be like a Peter Schmeichel for Manchester United.
Yeah.
I think he could be the goalkeeper for the next. I mean, keepers don't hit their prime till their 30s. He's 23.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's 23. He's still got so much to learn in the game. I think you'll see someone like what's his name, Tom Heaton will be so important for him. Yeah. Tom Heaton already knows. They all love
Tom Heaton. All the players love Tom Heaton.
And it reminds me of Scott Carson. Scott Carson at City. They all loved him, didn't they? They loved him. I don't think Anderson gets guaranteed first team every week if he goes to City. That's a great comment, Carl. My worry with Anderson is this, right? What if England go on and win the World Cup? What if England go on and win the World Cup with him in the team?
Millions and millions.
He would be worth 100 million. Shabalabalulian.
Probably more.
It'd be worth. He would go for like 115, 120 million if that happens. Horrendous goalkeeping issues, horrendous Onana issues. Yes, I get that. And Anderson becomes the next Calvin Phillips if he goes to City. A lot of people are saying this. I asked LB about this, and LB was like, "Nah, definitely not. He's going to be. It'll be different. It'll be this. It'll be that." Calvin Phillips was a weird signing for Man City. I still to this day don't understand why they went there.
And remember, Danny Drinkwater to Chelsea as well.
He's building out.
He never played either. What a season he had with Leicester, that championship winning season, and then never played.
I'll tell you an interesting story. So on Tuesday night, I went with a corporate thing from work. So my job, the company I work for, they I don't know if they part own or if they sponsor Chorley Football Club, Chorley FC, and they played Telford, obviously around the corner from us. Yeah. And I went to it, and Chorley's chairman's a bloke called Terry. What's his? Hang on, let me see if I can get his name.
Chorley chairman.
Terry
Charlie.
Oh, it's Terry Robinson. From one Robinson to another. And he was talking to me, right? And he's like in his early 80s, lovely bloke. He's been around the block. He was at Sheffield. He was a board member at Sheffield United, one of the board members that brought Neil Warnock in. He's got so many stories. But he was telling me he was director of football at Leicester City, and he signed Mahrez for Leicester City.
Oh, did he?
He signed Mahrez, man. Put a lot of the foundations in for the team that Leicester went on, and
I never thought he would do well at Man City when he went. I didn't think Mahrez would succeed at City. He did such a good career at City. I didn't think he would do that. Man City, I'm talking about, rather than Leicester City.
Yeah. He was a lovely bloke. He had so many stories, man, about because he was also chairman of Bury when they were successful. But he brought Mahrez in, like unreal. Unreal, man. Really nice bloke. Really nice bloke. Don't forget to mention the fact that Courtois will also be a huge positive impact.
Yeah.
Courtois absolutely adores Lemmy. He absolutely adores him, and he's spoke so highly of him already. Don't matter if Forest will be in the Championship. And Lemmy reminds me more of a Van der Sar than Schmeichel. Well, I actually disagree. His name was mentioned. God, I can tell I'm getting old because I keep making that noise. Keep making that noise. I can't stop myself. But I did it again. I can't stop myself. Lemmy actually reminds me of a young Courtois. Look at you laughing. He reminds me of a young Courtois. I think he could go on and have the same sort of career. I really do. I cannot speak more highly about this goalkeeper if I tried. I think
it's just stabilised. It just runs through the whole team. I mean, ex-players and players talking about how important a goalkeeper is. When you that's where you're going to take your opinions from, is the people that play with a stable goalkeeper that just settles the whole defence, and then that just transmits through the whole team. And the biggest difference is you can see the players playing pass backs to him, which we just avoided. Once we realised Bayinda and Onana were rubbish at taking the ball back off us, the defenders, that is, they just stopped doing it. And for the first maybe couple of games when Lemmy started, I think they were a bit like, they forgot that you can pass back to the keeper. You can actually pass back and the keeper will do something with it. But you can see that more often now in tight spaces as well. And I reckon with his feet, you're probably counting on one hand less than 5 mistakes that he's made with his feet, clearances. I can remember 2 for sure that he did, that he played it to an opposition player straight off. And there was that one where he came rushing out and clashed with, was it Mott, one of the defenders? They just ran into each other and nearly caused a mess up. And one punch, I mean, the amount of actual full mistakes that he's made, or errors that you could say that you could go, well, he could have done a bit better, you're probably on one hand.
Whereas the Nana, Jesus Christ, we need the hands of we need all the hands of the people that live in this fucking street to count them.
And he came with a massive. He's going to be he's going to be the thing that's going to make the difference for United. We need the goalkeeper. We got rid of David De Gea for that waste of space.
We let Dave go for that twat to come in. Honestly, I remember his debut. Was it against RC Lens? I don't know how you say it. In the pre-season friendly, I remember I bought MUFC to TV to watch it. I thought I'm going to watch this because this keeper, he got fucking lobbed from the halfway line. I should have read I should have read the warning signs there. I remember it happening, and I remember going on TikTok, right, and I went, "Oh, that can happen to anyone." What an idiot! What horrific. The fuck was I thinking?
What a horrific goalkeeping period we had there with this. That was just terrible.
Absolute joker, man. Pearson was the mastermind behind Leicester winning the league. Ranieri came in and didn't change a thing. Pearson's issues was wrestling players on the touchline, and who can forget his infamous, "Are you an ostrich? Are you an ostrich?" I wouldn't scrap him, though. What a big boy, wasn't he?
He's a big lad. Yeah, big lad.
Onana, would he be our worst ever signing, Kev? Would he?
Massimo Toyobi.
Worst ever goalkeeper signing? I think Onana.
Well, just signing. Yeah, well, Massimo Toyobi was, I mean, he was bad as well. He was bad.
I actually think Sancho's our worst ever signing.
Yeah, Sancho. I mean, I'm thinking of goalkeepers. Tim Howard came in with a big reputation, and he made a few mistakes as well, didn't he? He played a bit more in the team, probably not as bad as Onana was. There was a defender we had as well that we bought him, and he was like, "Is this the shit brother that we've bought here instead of the
Prunier, William Prunier?" Yeah. Chat, who's the worst signing we've ever had? Put your comments in. Who's the worst signing? Now you got me thinking about that. I mean, Jemba's got to be in there. I tell you who, I saw someone the other day try to say this man's name, and I thought, how dare you? How fucking dare you? And I will throw hands with anyone who says this name. Diego Forlan. I adore that man.
No. There was that boy we took from...
Whoa!
Midfielder we took from Sunderland.
Liam Miller.
No. Well, he passed away. Liam Miller is.
Oh, David Bellion.
David Bellion as well. No. He was he a Scandinavian? not Sanderberg. He came in and barely played in the midfield. Blonde haired.
Yes,
blonde haired.
he was. Oh,
he was meant to be brilliant. He's going to be brilliant, and he virtually didn't play and got sold pretty much straight away. Donny van der Beek as well.
Oh, Van der Beek as well, yeah.
But no, was he? I'm sure he was from Sunderland.
Who was he?
Lindquist or something like that.
Blomqvist.
No, not yet. Not yet for Blomqvist. No, he was.
I loved him.
No, he's a winger. No, he was a central midfielder. I'm sure he came from Sunderland, and he barely played for United, and then he got sold fairly quickly.
I'm just having a look now.
Come on, chat. What was he called? Mark Bosnich. Yeah, he was meant to be the next big thing.
I'm trying to see. Oh, Diordic? No.
No. Oh my goodness.
Was it Jesper Olsen?
That doesn't sound right.
Or Mads Tim?
No. I've never heard of these players.
Jesper Olsen? Come on now.
No, I don't think it was Jesper Olsen. No, it was
Jonathan Spector. Fucking hell. Barthez wasn't much better signing. And hang on. Barthez won things with United. Barthez won thing. Why are you saying that? Fucking Onana won the FA Cup. Anthony, probably another one, actually. Jemba, so good they named him twice. Our top 5 worst signings. Who do we think? I reckon we do a stream on that. I reckon we do a stream on our top 10 worst signings. Veron, that's not a bad shout. Veron, we expected so much more of that lad.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Man United midfielders.
Was it late 80s?
No. This is a recent Scandinavian.
From Sunderland.
Sunderland or Brentford or somebody like that. Scan.
You don't mean from Everton? What was his name?
I think he might have gone to Everton.
Schneiderlin,
yes.
Schneiderlin was French, you fucking moron.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I've got that wrong. But yeah, he didn't.
I'm thinking
Schneiderlin, yeah, Schneiderlin. What was his first name?
Southampton.
Morgan Schneiderlin. Yeah, he was meant to be coming in and be the next big thing for you, and like Roy Keane, but man, he didn't last either.
Yeah, he's another one. I mean, Sanchez is another one, by the way, guys. Yeah, Alexis Sanchez. Arsenal, yeah. Di Maria's another good shout. There's so many. You've got me thinking now about worst 10. I might do a video, worst top 10 signings for Manchester United.
You could probably put Malacia in there as well, couldn't you?
Yeah, Malacia, man. I can't wait for him to go for his own good. Xerxes.
Mm-hmm. Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Ericsson.
No, Ericsson did well at United. He was a good signing. That man was dead, for God's sake. That man died. He came back and played football.
So was his football last season. He was shit.
Anthony was a massive disappointment for the money that we paid for him.
I liked Tellez, Chappie. I quite liked Tellez. Tellez had a ping on him. Rojo was decent. I liked.
Yeah, I like Rojo. Gabriel Heinze as well. All these ex-defenders. They were all good players. Yeah, they were. Yeah, but yeah, we've had some stinkers, some proper stinkers. I'm trying to think who else. I'm trying to think of some
others as well, like some absolute stinkers for Manchester United. Not a signing, but
Depay was rubbish as well. I mean, what a disappointment Depay was. Memphis Depay.
Depay, yeah. Depay was another one. Who else is there? I'm trying to think. There's. I don't know. That's a Bebe's another good one. Lukaku. I mean, Lukaku scored goals though, didn't he?
He was a beast. He just, yeah. He just did the rounds.
That's a Hey, whoa. Phil Jones, if he didn't have the injuries he had, I think he'd have done a lot better. I liked Phil Jones. I thought he was brilliant. Van der Beek, definitely. Van der Beek's up there. Van der Beek was fucking awful. He was, and that was another one. When he come, I thought, this guy, I saw him for Ajax. He's going to be brilliant. I'll tell you another one, actually. I'll mention a name, and this might not please a lot of people, but I think he utilised us so many times to get a bigger contract and then come at the end of his career. Schweinsteiger. I don't think Schweinsteiger was any good. Dong, I remember Dong Fangzhu.
Oh, yeah.
He was. Who was? Oh, what about Giuseppe Rossi?
Some of these stinkers, they were so bad players.
Obertan, that's another shout.
Yeah, he was in my head, but for some reason I had him coming through the youth team for some reason, or through the academy. Yeah, little jinky player. He was meant to be the next big thing as well. All the next big things. They're all the next.
That was when we just sold Ronaldo and we were looking for the next.
What was that player that just didn't fulfill his potential? Just went off the rails. Not Morrison. What was his name? Ravel Morrison. Bloody
yeah, attitude with him because he had it in him, didn't he? He had it in the locker. He had it in the locker. Like, guys, the list's endless. I mean, this might be a video in itself. I think I might do a top 10 signings and top 10 worst signings. And let's not forget, a lot of them were signed by Fergie. You've got to miss a few. You've got to have a few stinkers, haven't you? Yeah. Talking about this is making me scared for the summer now, says Carl and me. Actually, we're talking ourselves into a bit of trouble here, aren't we, lads? I think we're probably best off there. I think we're best off putting a coin in it now, guys. Look, thank you very much for stopping by. Apologies that I've just decided this week to have a bit of a break whilst there's no football to talk about. Tomorrow, as always, is Mrs. Robinson's day tomorrow, so we'll be back Sunday for a proper in-depth talk about the Everton game, which is going to be Monday night.
That's so long to wait.
The curse, Kev.
Yeah, curse of the Monday nights.
We haven't watched us win at night, so fucking hell. Maybe it starts on Monday. Are you streaming tomorrow night, mate? Where can we find you?
Possibly not. I'll see. I might be out. Might be out tomorrow night.
Boot and a boot. All right.
And boot.
Fair enough.
But I'll be here. I'm here. As always, Kev87. You can drop in. And I don't think most people that are in the chat are dropping to Kev87 anyway. So thanks to everyone for the support on last Saturday. Yeah, Valentine's Day it was. Valentine's Day. We had a good singer-song. Once we got the levels wrong. I did sing the whole first song without the mic being switched on, so that's fine.
There is no greater thing than watching Kev, right? And he goes live, right? He goes live. I fucking love it. I howl, and he's like this.
Brilliant.
And then he gets up to sing piano. He gets up to sing piano, man, and he's. And you've got loads of comments going, Kev, we can't hear you. Kev, we can't hear you. And then you do the same thing every time, right? You do this. You're singing along and you'll go, uncanny play me. Oh, hang on. Do you know what I was doing for Valentine's Day? Not that, you cheeky bugger. We had a free course meal from M&S. Oh, yes, M&S, nice. Grown up. And then we watched the Lucy Letby documentary.
Oh,
have you watched it?
Yes, I have indeed. It gets talked about multiple times a day, right, at work, constantly, because everyone's divided at work. NHS workers are divided on that.
Where are you at with it?
I, to begin with, thought she was guilty as anything, but as it ended, I was like, actually, I'm not too sure.
That's where I'm at. And Mrs. Robinson worked in hospitals, as you have as well, Kev. Mm-hmm. And she said, that a lot of things that sort of were being spoke about made a lot of sense. And if you haven't watched it yet, it's worth watching it.
Oh, yeah, it's very interesting.
It'll have you split. I actually think she'll end up out. I think she'll end up out.
Yeah, I was definitely one way and then definitely not sure by the end of it. So it was good in that sense. Not good with the whole idea of obviously what the content of the issue was, that the babies were dying, essentially. But if she's been blamed for something that she's not done, and that's the context of it, that's pretty bad.
Ben says, did you watch a Fulham? We know where you were the night before, you dirty bugger. Night before Valentine's Day, no sign of Ben. I said, yep, I think he's there. I think somebody, in the words of Pharrell Williams, is, we're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. Sorry, Mrs. Ben, Mrs. McLean. Die Hard reference there. David Bellion, 100%. 100%. Guys, look, we'll leave it there. I'm going to go down and watch Love Island. It's almost at its climax. Oh, fucking hell. Get Lucinda out that fucking place, I'm telling you. Enjoy your evening, though, guys. Get her out, and we will see you on Sunday. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. It's Friday, for fuck's sake. Take care. Dan United. Kev United. Hoota.